Ah, oh no! I think he's mad. Guys, I think he's mad. Oh no.
I was telling our audience about it, but some of them didn't believe me.
Chat? Hi, chat! Like and subscribe! Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir David, and today I want to play more of You Kill Me Every Time, Strayed. Okay, in the last video, I went about it normally, got pretty normal endings, then I tried being a little bit more flirty, that kinda worked, but I still ended up boring. So now I'm gonna try to be as anti-straight as I can, like, no, I don't want none of what you're selling. Get out of here.
Are you waiting for someone?
Yeah, they should be here soon.
Oh, is that so? Well, I'll just have to keep you company while you wait then.
Ah. I shifted in my seat. I guess I'm not getting rid of this guy that easily. I wonder how mad I can make him.
Please, let me get you a beer.
He shifted in his chair, seeming as if he wasn't going to wait for an answer. Say nothing? He grinned as he got up. I watched as he sauntered towards the bar, so if I say nothing, he just does it anyway? I don't know if it matters, but what if I say I was heading back from the university? I wonder if that matters.
University, eh? You must be tired after a day of studying. Then the rain catches you. That's a bit unlucky. Well, hopefully the rain clears up soon. Although, in the meantime, I'd love to hear a little more.
I adjusted my posture and looked back at him. I guess the time will pass faster if I talk a bit with this strange guy. I hesitantly told him about my day so far. I like that it says hesitantly. My beer disappeared as I kept taking swigs to fill awkward silences. And then, well, I ended up here.
So you have. I suppose your bad luck is my good luck. You've been fascinating so far.
He chuckled, seemingly totally pleased with the situation. More beer? No thanks, I'm good.
Alright.
I wonder if that changes anything with the fact that you're not as drunk, if you only stick with one beer. What if I say nothing when he's when he's talking about his job and his interest in engineering? I'll awkward him out.
Anyway, I'm mostly interested in machines, and I suppose I'm lucky too. I managed to secure a few patents that are still paying royalties.
Now, aren't you special? Aren't you just the specialest boy in the whole wide world? Wish I could make a gosh darn mint making shock collars.
Still good with the one beer? I can get you another if you want.
I think I've had enough.
Of course. I forget that not everyone is a heavyweight with beer.
I remained fairly quiet, but he seemed all too happy to fill the gaps in our conversation himself. Our light conversation blended in with the comfortable buzz of the bar. I think everybody left. As he kept chatting away happily, I leaned back. This bar is so relaxing. I let myself lose track of time. Don't do that. I would be fully alert at this point. Drowsiness softened my thoughts. I shook myself and sat up straight.
Something up, buddy?
Oh, I just spaced out there. The atmosphere in here is making me feel a bit tired.
You're right. But I guess we've been at it for quite a while.
He looked over my shoulder and clicked his tongue in disapproval.
The rain hasn't slowed down a bit, and it looks like your someone never showed up.
Yeah, I totally got stood up on a date. I tried to mask my surprise. Right, I forgot I said that. I actually did forget I said that. I looked behind me to see the wall of water past the window myself.
I guess we'll just have to get you home anyway.
Oh, yeah. It's getting late. I can go home myself, thanks. I stood up from the table and stretched.
Let me walk you out, eh?
I nodded in reply. I was already envisioning my warm bed. The bar is much quieter now. I really lost track of time. We walked past the last few patrons and pushed through the door. As it shut behind us, the soothing sound of the bar was abruptly silenced, and we were left alone in the dark with the roaring rain.
Ugh. I parked just over here.
I never said I was getting in the car with you. I'll walk. I'll take the bus. His arm wrapped around my shoulders. Before I could protest, I was pushed into the sheet of falling water. So I'm gonna be as anti-straight as I can, so push his arm away. Get off me, buddy. I shoved at his arm. I can walk by myself. He didn't let go. Which way are we going? It was hard to see in the dark. Suddenly, a brick wall emerged from the murk and slammed in my face. Rude! What if I remain silent? What if I don't say anything? I froze against the wall. His body ground against me, as if daring me to say something. I couldn't. I was too shocked to think. He shuffled for a moment, then wrenched my wrists together behind me. Gosh dang it, I still get zip-tied and trunked. So last time, I bit his hand, so what happens if I attack him? I braced myself against the wall and kicked backwards at him. Nice! Yeah! My aim was true. I was rewarded with a sharp grunt of pain. I twisted my body away from him and tried to get poised to run. But a hand gripped the back of my head and slammed it against the wall.
Aha! You are a feisty one.
I slumped against him. My head was pounding.
I like that a lot.
Alright. So I know that he likes when you bite him. So duly noted. I think after he kills me horribly in this playthrough, I'm gonna go back and see if I can get as flirty as possible. I froze as a sharp point pressed lightly under my chin.
This is a knife. I'm going to cut your clothes off.
Can I get away from him? I instinctively lurched backwards from the point. My head collided dully with something behind me. Ow. I tried to sit back, but couldn't. There was some kind of pull behind me.
Stay still. I'm not planning to hurt you yet. I'm just getting those wet clothes off.
You know, there's better ways you could do that. Resist! I shoved back against him and screamed into my gag. His hand suddenly pushed hard, sending me to the floor in a heap. My arms rubbed up against a metal pole.
Just relax.
His voice was coming from behind me now. The zip ties holding my wrists together were sliced away. Before I could comprehend my freedom, I was frozen by the characteristic rip of duct tape. Dang it, so I still end up here anyway.
Comfy?
Don't answer him.
Well, I suppose it was a bit of a silly question. Anyway, now you're dry, so you won't freeze. I want you to be Weissagt Mantwashten. Properly awake tomorrow.
I'm wide awake. With rage! A hand cupped my face.
Where should we start? Your leg looks soft.
I couldn't think. I just stared at the knife as he lowered it to my exposed skin. His grip on my face tightened.
Don't worry. I'll make sure to go slow.
He dragged the blade across my skin. Ow! Slowly, as he promised. What the fluff? Is that all you got? Beg, cry. Try not to react. This is turning into an ellipses playthrough. I clenched my jaw and sucked at a breath. It hurt, but it wasn't anything I couldn't handle. I refused to give him the satisfaction. It went down. He shifted his weight, seeming to renew his excitement. His hand finally left my face as he steadied himself. He moved the knife edge against my skin, next to the original cut. Stay still. I stifled a yelp as the edge tore my skin apart. Ow! He increased the pressure and the speed. My blood clung to the edge of the knife in his shaking hand. I glanced back up at him and realized he was still watching me, and I just stared stone-faced at him like, what? There's no reaction. Light work. What are you even looking at? He let out a breath and stood up. My body finally released a fraction of the tension it was holding.
Do you want me to stitch you up?
Say nothing. He leaned in close and stared at me. Aw, Why does that look like he has a bit of concern on his face? Screenshot. There was something different about his demeanor. Is he confused about me? Is he like, what the heck is wrong with you? Espoir? The natural warmth I had gotten used to seemed to be seeping out of his words. I didn't answer him. You know. Screenshot. I really thought you'd be more fun than this. When I met you in the bar, I was sure it was fate. You were so exciting on the outside. I lied about having a date and I didn't want to drink. What do you mean exciting? I'm trying to be boring now. Again, he looked at me expectantly. I wasn't about to start giving him what he wants now. I looked him in the eyes and made it clear I wasn't going to respond. Yeah, we got the silence ending. Ow!
Yep.
Nothing. Light work, no reaction. He slapped me across the face. Hard. I reeled from the force in surprise, my ears ringing. After catching my breath, I sat up straight, silently. Oh no! I think he's mad. Guys, I think he's mad. Oh no. Screenshot. He leaned in close to me and reached behind me. I'll make you scream. No, you won't. Actually, he probably will. The blade of a knife I never noticed slashed through the tape behind me. Oh no. He's so mad. He's so mad. He backed away from me. I shifted my weight, trying to get up. At the same time, he lifted my heel and slashed just behind it, severing the tendon. Okay, now that would get something out of me. That would get something out of me. That would make me scream because, oh boy, that part of your foot, that is... Whew. Come on, me in the game. Keep it up. I couldn't help but crumble and bite down a groan of pain. The knife plunged into my upper thigh. He's so mad, Screenshot. He's so mad. You mad, bro? Why you mad, bro? Why you mad? It's only game. Why you mad? Cries of pain built up behind my teeth. He pulled my body under him with the knife lodged in my leg. I wanted to get to know you. He's so mad. He yanked the bloody knife out of my thigh. Screenshot. Your rage. Your rage is delicious, Strayed. I tried to push him away, but every attempt was viciously stopped with the knife. Still, I fought him with my bloodied arms desperately. But I guess I'll have to find out what's inside. I screamed to the ceiling as he slammed the knife into my sternum and tore me open. Where's the sternum again? Okay, yeah, I thought so. Myself. Every expression of pain I'd refused came tearing out of my mouth now. I was kind of hoping I'd continue being silent the entire time. Hey, are you touching something you shouldn't be touching, Strayed? He shoved his hand into my open gut roughly. My scream turned into a lurch from the feeling of foreign pressure suddenly inside me. Ugh. Sickening, horrific pulling as he gripped the bloody stuff inside me and yanked it upwards. Looks like it's the same as everyone else. He laughed bitterly as my cries died in shock. Scream! My eyes rolled back as I choked on my own organs, and my blood poured out on the floor. My body convulsed until I finally went still and silent. You ain't getting nothing out of me. You refused to entertain him. Just I'm dying, I'm like, you mad, bro? You seem upset. Ooh, I don't know how to get it, but I like this torture Strayed achievement over here. Alright. I made him big mad last time, so I've tried to pick all the flirty, all the options that'll make his little heart go tick. I don't know all the options that's gonna make his heart go tick, but I'm gonna try to find them. So he seems to like it when I scream, so what if I scream? Help! Somebody help me! This guy kidnapped me! I strained, desperately listening for some kind of evidence that anyone could hear me. Look how smug he looks. Were those footsteps upstairs? Silence. Okay, he does like that. Alright, he likes to screamin'. Ah, you have healthy lungs on you. Anyway, now you're dry, so you won't freeze. Obviously, he intends to kill me, but what is he gonna answer if I ask, are you gonna kill me? He seemed to consider the question. Yes, I think so. My blood seemed to run cold. You what? Try not to worry. It's better if you get some rest. How the heck am I supposed to not worry? I watched him bound up the stairs, whistling happily. Alright, he seems to like the crying and the screaming and the begging, so what if I beg? Please, stop cutting my cute little gam-gams! Ah, but we're just getting started. He shifted his weight, seeming to renew his excitement. His hand finally left my face as he steadied himself. He moved the knife edge against my skin next to the original cut. Stay still? I stifled a yelp as the edge tore my skin apart. He increased the pressure and the speed. And my annoyance. Am I gonna get the ending where he likes me way more than I like him? I'll do anything you want, because I think then he tells you to cut yourself. I'll do anything you want. He pressed the point into my leg just a little, then stopped. Really? Of course. He took a moment to think. If I give you this knife, will you cut yourself for me? Sure, buddy. Anything for you. I can at least try to make it hurt less. All right, let's see what you can do. He got up and moved behind me. I stiffened as I felt his knife slip between my wrists. Alright, I'm not gonna attack you this time. I held the knife gingerly and looked down at my bleeding leg. I'll just do it fast. I positioned the knife over my other thigh. I took a deep breath and steadied my shaking hand. I slashed in an exaggerated motion. I looked down and saw a thin red line blossom. He's all up in my grill! Come on, you know that wasn't a real one. I'm new at this. I'm new at stabbing people, Strayed. I bit my lip. I knew that wouldn't be good enough. Screenshot! This screenshot thing is really good for thumbnails. I moved the knife back to its original position, then sliced quickly, wincing at the fresh spark of pain. Good. That was good. Oh no, he's getting all flustered. Screenshot. He's breathing pretty hard. Let's have one more. Try a little deeper. Deeper? Yeah. My sanity. I guess it wasn't so hard. I gripped the knife as if to squeeze the life out of it, and I held it, point down, over my thigh. Not my gam-gam. This is what he wanted, right? Just get it over with. Ew. I plunged the leg. Yes, I plunged the leg into my blade. I plunged the blade into my leg and screamed. Ah, look at you. I shakily pulled the knife from my flesh. A surge of blood followed the blade. You did wonderfully. I... Back up, sir. Back up, please. Let's put you back on the pole, I watched blood gush from my body. He's going to kill me. He's going to kill me like this. Hey, me in the game, at least we didn't get the ending where we keep cutting ourselves and pass out. Slowly. It's going to hurt. What if... Uh-oh. My sanity! Stab yourself. Forget about it. Now normally. Now normally. We don't do no self-sabotaging around here. But I want them endings. Stab yourself! I moved the blade over my chest, calculating the position of my heart. Is he gonna stop? Yeah, I was just thinking, he's not gonna let me do that. Straight's like, this is not boyfriend to death. This is my full game. You don't get to go out that easily. Hey. What if I don't struggle? Does he save me? He gripped my wrist and tore the knife out of my hand roughly. You're giving me a heart attack. Giving me a heart attack, gosh darn it. He was shaking. Oh, Strayed. Do you care about me? It slowly dawned on me that I was too. I didn't expect that. Oh no, he likes it! I guess I can't be handing you a knife anymore, huh? I was barely listening to him. My sanity. Was I really about to? Come on, you. Then my arms were pulled back behind me and bound with new tape. No, where were we? I saw the flash of the knife I dropped, but there was no time to react. What? Wow! Come on, dude! I would think I deserve a break after that! I screamed as he plunged the blade deep into my leg. I already did that! My body finally released a fraction of the tension it was holding. Man, my sanity is kaput. Do you want me to stitch you up? Yes. You know it will hurt, don't you? But you need to stop the bleeding, too. You're a tough one, survivor. Very interesting. Well, let's fix you up then. He turned to gather a medical kit and bottle from the cabinets behind him. He sat down and placed the objects on the ground. As he picked through it, I was a bit surprised to see how clean everything looked. Individually wrapped sterile supplies looked so out of place in his bloody fingers. I hate that he's so good at that. I tried to relax as he finished. Eventually, he paused, scanning my leg. I finally lowered my gaze and held in a gasp. They're perfect. The length of the cut strings, the distance between stitches. Something about the unwavering uniformity made me uneasy. He was panting and sweating. What do you think, mein Lieberchen? What did you call me? Oh, mein Liebchen. It's just a nickname. A cute nickname. Blush. Oh, doesn't that mean like darling? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that means like sweetheart or darling. I lost my train of thought. Why would he call me that? Anyway, we still have one more thing to do. I balked at the idea of any more torture. Need to clean you up. What do you mean, clean me up? He grabbed the bottle beside the kit. This will sting. A lot. He opened the bottle and immediately poured it over my injuries. Ow! I screamed at the instant, intense burning. I felt myself twitching. Uh-oh. My skin was crawling. My sanity is gone. The constant pain and lack of sleep was overwhelming me. I twisted my body. What's wrong, buddy? I couldn't seem to control myself. It appears that I'm in the insanity and locked into the insanity ending now. I ground my teeth together. The noise in my head. The pain. Always the pain. Espoir? I answered him with a choked wail. Just fluffing kill me already! Whatever frayed thread had been holding me together had finally broken. I banged my head into the pole behind me and screamed. I'll do it myself! How about that? I started slamming my head repeatedly. Yeah, take that! His hand shot out and grabbed my head. Screenshot. Stop! I twisted and yelled in his grasp. Stop it! Another screenshot. He gripped my head tightly. My ears were ringing. I started laughing in his face. I wanted more. But I can't keep you like this. He sighed while holding me still. I have something for you.
It will make you feel better.
Eh? As soon as he let go, I started banging my head on the pole again. He stood up and dug through a cabinet.
Stop banging!
Wo ist da?
Wo ist die? There.
He returned and grabbed my head, holding up a tiny syringe. Aw, why does he look so sad about it? Screenshot! Before I could even register what was happening, he stabbed it in and pushed the contents into my veins. What the what is... What is this? This feels nice.
It's just to calm you down. Relax.
The screaming, grinding glass in my head started to turn to fog. My muscles slacked.
I don't like using that.
His words blended into the grey nothingness. I felt something petting my head.
When you wake up, we'll finish this. Just like you wanted.
Ah? Oh. The world started to come back into focus. I didn't feel like I'd been sleeping, but I certainly wasn't awake either. The air was warm. I spent the next several minutes trying to regain control of my body. I've got a splitting headache for some reason. And looking for him. Is he going to show up with his edgy little meme lord mask? In his skull mask? I couldn't see him. I tried to shake my head. Why is it so warm? Why is it so warm? My head hurts. I groaned. Oh, he's not wearing his edgy face mask.
Does it hurt?
I jerked upright and tried to see behind me, where his voice came from.
You're looking more awake, at least.
His voice sounded strange, like it was inside of a bucket. I heard his footsteps get closer to me.
How's your head?
Hurts.
I bet it does. Do you remember why?
I tried to peer through the clearing fog in my mind. I remembered all the things he'd been doing to me down here. The panic, the fear, getting worse and worse until... Oh yeah, I went crazy. I hit my head.
That's right. You were hitting your own head. I was telling our audience about it, but some of them didn't believe me.
Huh? Audience? Chat? Hi, chat! How you guys doing? Wait, I can't wave because my arms are all tied out, but like, hi guys! Like and subscribe!
You're being watched. They're very excited to see you die.
All the fear and panic, the broken glass in my brain, came back in a flood. His hands gripped my shoulders. No, wait, I don't really want to die. I was just... He grunted and pulled me upward against the pole, pulling me to my shaking feet.
That's better.
I don't want to die.
Well, it's too late for that now. The people have been waiting, and my kiln is preheated.
Kiln? Kiln? Kiln! I twisted again, trying to see. Sweat began to gather on my forehead. He said, Kiln? Is that why it's so hot in here? Aw, man, the one thing that I hate the most. Besides, you know, like getting my gams cut off. The heat? Aw, man, you gonna put me in the oven, man?
You seem pretty awake now, so let's get started.
I heard a metallic creak and a scrape. Then he finally emerged in my view. Oh, okay, he's not gonna put me in the oven. He's just gonna use a red-hot something upon my person. Tears sprang to my eyes, and terror exploded in my chest. The metal rod in his hand was glowing. No, 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 no! Oh, what are you gonna do with that? It's hot, I don't like it. He held it near my skin, demonstrating the heat pulsing off of it. Then, finally, he pressed it to my chest. I screamed until I was hoarse. When the rod left my skin, I watched ashes fall away. I shook, and my knees collapsed under me.
Stand up!
The rod was thrust towards my knees. Hey, you're all in the camera. You're in the way of the camera, Strayed. Move. You gotta... Your blocking is terrible. I sprang back to my feet, trying to escape it. Please! I was sobbing now. Ugh! He pressed the hot tip against the inside of my thigh, and I screamed again. As I started to collapse from the pain again, he repeated the action. I lost track of how many times he burned me, stopping only to check on the laptop once in a while. Eventually, my screams started to weaken. I slid slowly down the pipe, willing my legs to hold me, but they wouldn't.
I think it's time to use the long one.
That wasn't the long one? He left me briefly to retrieve another red-hot iron from the kiln. He walked behind me and wrapped an arm around my neck. I expected him to squeeze the life out of me, but he didn't. He just pulled me firmly back up the pole. I blinked tears from my eyes and focused on the pain, the smell of my burnt skin and fat, my raw and bloody throat that couldn't scream anymore. Then I repeated the words that started this. Just fluffing kill me already! He squeezed me slightly in the chokehold.
Your wish is my command.
Hey, that's the same thing that Fox says in the game The Price of Flesh. I don't think this is gonna end with an anime pizza party. Well, technically that didn't end with an anime pizza party either, but I can dream, can't I? He positioned the rod between my legs. Because of course he did. Then he pulled it upwards. Because of course he did. My body seized in blinding pain as the molten point drove through my flesh. A raspy, broken excuse of a scream escaped my ruined body. And my poor health bar is still twitching. Leave that health bar alone. He pulled harder and harder, forcing the burning instrument through my body. The point made it past my ribs before I finally blacked out. Well, at least it was hot and went through smoothly. I never saw him hold my dangling, skewered body up for the camera, broadcasting my death to hundreds of glowing screens. Well, good. You died. You lost your mind. I feel like I was deflowered as well. What if I did manage to, since we're getting some more death endings, what if I did manage to win this, that was easy. Oh, he's upset. Screenshot. My hand slipped through his, and the blade slipped between my ribs, and I just go, ha ha! Editor me, put in that Taco Bell sound. My body crumpled as his frustrated yelling became meaningless sound. Oh, he's mad. The cold concrete floor was the last thing I felt. Ha ha! Ha ha! You killed his party. Alright, we're not stabbing nobody. We're not stabbing ourselves around here. Well, I mean, aside from the amount we already did. Forget about it. No, that's crazy. I have to survive. I just need to wait for my chance. I felt the knife slip from my hand, and my arms were pulled back behind me and bound with new tape.
Now, where were we?
I saw the flash of the knife I dropped, but there was no time to react. Why are you gonna stab my poor injured leg again? He cupped my face in his hand. What if I lean into it? We're trying to be as interesting as possible. His hand was rough, but warm. My skin melted into his palm. My mind melted into his mind. Suddenly, my pain was so much further away.
I can see why you might be tired after all that. I was a little bit, extreme.
Yeah, especially in the other ending.
But you were very exciting.
I sank into the buzzing din. His words were background noise.
I'm so glad I brought you home. I feel like I'm getting to know you very well. As much as I want to push you to the edge, I want to make this last. So I'll let you rest. We'll have time for all that later.
He stood up straight in a motion to leave. Don't leave me.
Oh, Are you scared to be lonely?
A little bit. I shrank back into the pole. I couldn't stop my outburst, and I barely understood it.
Don't worry, Espoir. Just rest. I'll be back to play with you again. I promise.
Oh, look at him peeking. Hey, you. Cute. What was that? Stay quiet. I clamped my stunned mouth shut. Whatever that was, it can't be good. Maybe it was adorable. Alright, so I'm not gonna escape. I'm gonna be good. Get some rest. I let my head fall forward. I don't have the energy to struggle right now. If I want a chance of getting out of this, I'll need my strength. Oh no, this is a different dream sequence. I struggled to breathe. Something weighed down on my body. Are you here yet? Who was that voice? Who was that green text? I struggled under the weight as panic traveled through my nerves. I can't breathe. I thrashed in terror, and the sand fell away around me. Are you coming to see me? Will you ask for me? I blinked away the last grains and tried to see where I was. Nothing but darkness and warm sand. I tried to see the horizon, but I couldn't focus. There will be blood here. But not yours. Hello? Who are you? I tried to stand up, but I couldn't seem to get a foothold. The sand kept shifting under me. Please! Exquisite vitality. Sublime profanity. I sank into the softness and screamed. I love you so much. Now I have an idea on who or what that might be, and if it is what I think it might be, that's gonna be super cool, but I'm not gonna spoil it just in case it is what I think it is. Yeah, it kind of seems like that dream sequence is different every time. I don't know if I've come across a duplicate one, so that feels like it's pushing me towards something too. But anyway, good morning, Strayed. He suddenly pulled something from his pocket, causing me to flinch slightly. I have something for you. Oh, a granola bar. Gimme! Last time I ate it carefully. What if I eat it quickly? Like, how? I immediately went for the bar and took a huge bite. I didn't care how I looked anymore. I was hungry. I barely chewed the first bite before going in for another. I half expected him to tear the bar away, to trick me somehow, but he held it steady as I ravenously wolfed it down. Hungry, eh? I answered his question by yanking a chunk of bar from his hand with my teeth, like, eh. You can chew. I won't take it away. Oh, he likes that. I huffed out a breath and slowed down a little. Before I knew it, he was holding a piece too small for me to bite away. He took my momentary hesitation as an invitation. He pushed the last bit between my lips, brushing his fingers over my skin just a little too long. Straight, stop. Thank you? I leaned forward slightly as I spoke. After all the pain yesterday, it just felt nice. You're so sweet. And you're very welcome, of course. Ah, my relief was short-lived. Aw, man! He was staring at me. I shifted nervously as he studied my body. Your stitches look pretty good. I looked down at my mangled body. My throat tightened. He's going to do more. You look scared. He shifted his weight just a bit closer. 2 nights alone, tied to a pole in a strange man's basement. I'm sure you know that no one will find you here. So, it's just you and me. And you know I'm going to kill you. Do you think it will be today? Or will I just play with you again? I squeezed my legs together. What is he going on about? Maybe I'll cut all your new stitches open. Or maybe I'll cut out one of your organs and make you eat it. I bet you'd look so cute with your liver in your mouth.
Oh my god, bro.
Ooh, if I wasn't tied up, I'd punch you in the stomach.
You're going a bit pale. Okay. I have a better idea.
I really didn't want to hear more of his ideas. You can do whatever you want to me, buddy boy. We're trying to make that heart go crazy. The words were out of my mouth before I could think about them. My cheeks were suddenly on fire.
What was that? Have you already gone a bit crazy? It's too early for that. Besides, it won't get you out of making a decision. I really want to know what you pick.
What happens if I don't pick anything? What if that's a time thing, when he has the hammer and the drill? What if I don't say anything?
Drill or hammer?
Wait, hold on. Wait. I'm gonna see what happens when you don't pick anything. I don't like that he's menacingly coming towards me. I mean, it is a tough decision, Strayed. Oh, he looks so sad.
Nothing. I thought you would like to have a little control. But I was wrong, wasn't I? You don't want any control.
A hot flush crept up my cheeks. I didn't want to answer. He laughed and knelt down next to me.
Okay.
Oh, so that's how I get that achievement. Both is good? Both is not good. Aw, man.
I'll use both then.
You know, I kind of want to see how he's going to use both of these.
Let's start with the drill.
He held it in front of me and pulled the trigger, demonstrating its power. I flinched, but he barely noticed.
I've given your legs a lot of attention. Maybe this time...
He aimed the point of the drill at me. I watched the metal bit hover over various parts of my body. I was paralyzed, barely willing to breathe. He tapped my arm with the drill.
I think it's time I played with your arm.
No! He pressed the blunt, motionless tip into my bicep with bruising force.
Are you ready?
No! In the next moment, noise and pain exploded like a bomb in my mind. Blood spattered on my face as the bit shredded the skin and muscle of my bicep. My scream outlasted the whir of the drill. As that died too, I realized that he had also been yelling with me. So am I going, ah, and then he's also going, ah! He was trembling with excitement. I could feel it through the metal deep in my arm. Ouch!
More.
He pulled out the bit and pressed the bloody tip to my skin, just a bit lower on my arm. No more, please!
You had your chance to control this.
I know he's being a troll. I know he is, but come on now. He reached out to caress my cheek with his free hand. I was shaking under his hand, but the touch somehow calmed me a little.
But you were too scared. And now... you have to deal with the consequences of that.
He pulled the trigger and I again was enveloped in total agony. I couldn't stop from thrashing like an animal, even though all it did was make the damage worse. Finally, the drill died down, and as soon as I stopped screaming, I was racked with a sob. My arm was throbbing so painfully, it felt like my fingertips were broken. I watched in horror as the drill bit slid out of my body and released a well of blood.
I never quite got to the bone.
I couldn't seem to make sense of his words, because, I was reeling from the gosh darn holes in my body, in my bicep. I tried to put together the sounds in my head like an impossible puzzle.
Let's switch gears.
What? I watched him thrust a clenched fist in front of me. It opened and revealed nails. I wanted to beg, to scream, but I couldn't seem to put my own words together. All that came out was a garbled mess of panic. He plucked a nail from the group, then held it over my bleeding arm. The bulging, swollen mess of my bicep flinched, but my bound wrists kept it firmly in place. No. Don't do that, please. I am not happy with the events that are currently happening. He tensed the edge of my frayed skin and pushed the tip of the nail into the wound slowly. Okay, so is he putting it into the already ready-made holes? And then he's gonna get to the bone with the hammer? That's very creative, Strayed. That's so creative. His entire body moved against me as he pushed the nail in, bit by bit. By the sound of his shuddering breath, it was taking all of his effort to maintain control of himself. Strayed, calm down. Strayed, calm down. I didn't bother trying to hold my own reactions back anymore. I moaned and cried out as he pushed the nail deeper, until the nail hit resistance. My bone! I assumed, in a haze of terror, yeah, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna make the hole with the drill. He's gonna take the nail, and he's gonna go bonk and break the bone. You're gonna break my bone, Strayed! I looked in his eyes, then saw him raising the hammer with his other hand. I froze. It was as if the ground opened underneath to swallow me. The muscles in his arms flexed. And the hammer came crashing down. It was like a firework exploded in my arm. I shrieked until my throat was raw. Ah! A kaleidoscope of fear and anger and thoughts I didn't even understand assaulted my consciousness. Come on, that was just one. Just one. Just one. He revealed another nail, and my thoughts became nothing more than shattered glass. Shards filling my head and my veins as he leisurely pushed the second nail into the other bloody hole. Again, the hammer rose, smeared with my blood. And again, it smashed the nail into my body, driving two halves of my bone apart. I couldn't separate the noise in my head from the noise I was hearing or making anymore. All of my senses reported a miasma of suffering, and my brain had given up sorting any of it. I'm running around. Oh no, that's what he says when he's gonna break my kneecaps. Look, Strayed, you're getting all this blood on all these tools. I know I've said it before, but you get blood on your hammer, you get it on your drill bit. You're never gonna get that drill bit back. It's gonna rust, and you're once again gonna have to go to Home Depot and get it replaced. An alarm was going off in my head. He said something. Huh? I said, I can't let you be running around. I know you've been good on that pole, but just in case. I still didn't understand what he was saying. I'm not running around. I'm not even... See, you got blood all over it. It's gonna mess up the drill bit. Come on, guy, it's gonna mess up the whole drill. He was holding the drill again. There was a screw mixed in with my nails. He turned the drill and changed the bit with a strange, effortless grace. I wondered if he was really moving like that, or if I was just going insane. Yep, pretty insane. He moved back and positioned the screw over my kneecap. It finally clicked for me. He doesn't want me to be able to walk. He steadied the screw and pushed the point into my skin. I simply watched him. Some part of me that should be screaming seemed to have been broken. He clicked the tip of the drill bit into the screw. My scream filled the basement as he pulled the trigger. The screw immediately tore apart my cartilage and wrenched my kneecap apart in ways it was never supposed to move. I tasted blood. I coughed and choked on my own scream, trying not to throw up. No, please do throw up. I think he'd enjoy that. Ironically, my throat was being torn apart too. I fell forward, my dead weight straining against my bonds. Oh no. Are you all out of jam, buddy? My strawberry jam! His voice sounded like it was far away, like I was slipping under the surface of rising water. I felt him, close again, straddling me. Sir! His hands crept over my skin. Come on, stay awake. He started feeling me lower and lower. Monsieur! Until he was cupping my booty cheeks and pulling me closer. Your hands upon my cheeks! I don't like that the music just stopped. He stopped for a moment and withdrew a pocket knife. I immediately squirmed under him, expecting more violence, but he simply reached behind me and sliced the tape holding my wrists together. Suddenly, he grabbed my shoulders and shoved me to the floor. I hissed in pain as the nails still lodged in my flesh were squeezed. His hand pushed my face into the concrete. Editor me? Editor Espoir in the future? Yes, this next part, I believe, will need to go on my adult Patreon. The link is in the description of this video to the Patreon for only $1. My viewers who are 18 and above can see what Straight's about to do to me right now. So, be sure to edit this part out, for the YouTube version.
A few moments later.
Eventually, he dragged my lifeless body back to the pole and taped my wrists back together. He snapped his fingers in front of me and sighed at my lack of responsiveness.
Maybe that was a little too much.
You think?
But you were so...
He made a strange sound, like he was holding back some animal noise instead.
You were perfect.
The little thingy that your heart did. He gripped the head of a nail lodged in my arm.
The way you scream makes me... it makes me feel crazy.
Oh, I wouldn't want to make you more crazier than you actually are. I winced as he yanked the nail out and tossed it aside. It was nowhere near the pain I just endured, but I was already well past my limit. His fingers closed around the second nail.
I'm glad you couldn't choose.
He pulled out the other nail just as quickly.
This was more fun anyway.
He finally backed off and hovered over the screw. I could imagine what was coming, so I tensed up with the tiny shred of energy I had left. He wedged his fingers between the head of the screw and the bloody skin underneath, then wrenched it out with a grunt. It was like a lightning strike through my leg, but I couldn't seem to scream anymore. Hey, at least he didn't connect it to one of those... connect it to a battery like he did in the last video. He sighed with contentment.
You really are something special.
I felt like a discarded heap of torn-up nerve endings and meat.
I almost forgot to clean you up.
He walked away, doing something with the cabinets I couldn't be bothered to watch. Eventually, he returned with the medical pack I saw last time.
You won't be needing any stitches this time. Oh, your holes are tiny.
He laughed, lightly, but I couldn't see what was funny. He took his time with a warm, wet cloth, cleaning my bleeding wounds. The pressure just aggravated the injuries, but something about the cloth was slightly relaxing. Then he wrapped the holes in clean white bandages. I wondered for a moment why he even bothers. I'm going to die down here anyway.
There. I don't want you to have infections. I want you to be fresh and awake for me.
My heart pounded for a moment as I frantically wondered if he could read my mind. That would be awful.
I'll let you rest.
I let out an involuntary sigh and closed my eyes.
Good night, my Libertine.
Don't call me that! I groaned and forced myself to stay awake. I have to do something. I have to find some way out of here. I won't last much longer. My body wouldn't answer the desperation of my mind. I couldn't even seem to keep my head up. I sighed and surrendered to sleep. A baby! Oh, I just want to kiss his widow nose. And then take him far, far away from here. Can we escape with Ren, please? I froze, not understanding what I was seeing for a moment. The figure in front of me was definitely not him. Oh! I couldn't sleep. I pulled my aching legs towards myself. Those ears and tail. Let me pet them. Am I dreaming? I'm not gonna hurt you. I just wanted to take a look at you. Behold. Look upon it. Did I have this option before? Are you real? I kept blinking as if he might disappear. Ren says, I'm the Fox Fairy. I'm here to grant you 3 wishes that will backfire on you. Are you okay? No, I'm not okay. Look at my sanity. Or is that why I have that option now? Was that option always there? I don't remember. I'm old. I guess he really messed you up already. I'm real. My name is Ren. Just try to relax if you can. If you go crazy, he'll finish you off. He always does. He strayed. Oh yeah, I didn't ask, so you're not with him? With? What? Baby boy, what is that face? What is that face? He sighed for a moment before answering me. No, I'm not with him. Do you see this collar? It's a shock collar, and he always has a remote for it. If I do anything wrong, or if I step outside the house, it'll electrocute me. I will take you far, far away from here, baby boy. Baby boy who is actually a man. A manly man. I haven't asked him, but then why even come down here if you're gonna get in trouble? If you know you can't help me and it's this big risk, why? It's been months since I've been able to talk to anyone else. Oh, I see. I tried to calm the storm in my head. I don't think he's dangerous, but I don't think he can save me either. Poor baby boy. Please don't leave me. We can be best buddies. We can have anime pizza parties. I'm sorry. I really have to go now. He turned and left, moving deftly to the stairs. My new best friend. Oh yeah, wasn't I supposed to be rebellious this time? Let's get out of these restraints. Uh-oh. Oh no, my sanity! Wait, did I not do it? Oh man, did I not have enough strength to do it? Dang it! The tape wasn't budging. Dang it! Gosh doogles! All I'm doing is wasting my energy. I leaned back in defeat. Ah, poopy. I was so exhausted, I couldn't feel myself falling asleep. I simply drifted into a dark and dreamless sleep. Dang, did I just royally bone myself? Oh, hi. I opened my eyes, slowly, reluctantly. Even the usual rush of terror I felt as I remembered where I was seemed to be muted. I knew my body was falling apart. Aw, man. Maybe I just didn't have anything left to be afraid with anymore. You've lasted a long time. His voice cut through the fog of my thoughts. How many days have I been here? I think this is day 3. I'm very happy for this. My heart fluttered at his praise. I responded with a weak smile. Yippee. But you're not looking so good. Your knee is swelling a lot. Don't touch my widow knee. Oh, my sanity isn't that bad. Yay! I flinched away from him and tried to tuck my legs into myself. He chuckled. Have you learned to read my mind? I don't want to see what's in your mind, Strayed. Ah! He approached me and crouched down. My breath hitched as he slid his hand over my knee. Don't touch my widow kneecaps! Still... The pain blossomed like a flame, even though his touch was feather light. You're doing quite well. You are very, unverwuschelt. Unverwuschelt. Robust. He laughed lightly. Gosh. Dang it. You can be good if I untie you, right? I immediately nodded in response. No, I'm not gonna be good. Good. He stepped behind me and grabbed one of my bound arms. I felt a cold metal blade slip between my wrists and the cut tape. I shivered. I didn't even notice the knife in his hand before. He gripped my arm and pulled me upwards. I stumbled on stiff and injured legs, but he braced me against his body and held me steady. Now, I don't like Strayed. You know I don't like Strayed. I know I don't like Strayed, but he probably does give great hugs. He probably does have a nice, firm, soft body. Oh no, by the end of this, am I gonna become a fan of Strayed? No, I'll lose the game if that happens. I can attack him, reason with him, stay still. What if I attack him this time? This might be the only chance I get. I slammed my elbow into his gut and tried to find solid footing on my own, but then again my knee is all messed up, so I probably won't be able to run. He grunted in pain behind me, but as soon as I sensed a spark of hope, he kicked my legs out from under me. Ow! My body slammed to the ground. A fresh wave of pain exploded from my injuries. I groaned and slid my hands across the floor, trying to get them beneath my shoulders. Ah! Hey! A boot pushed underneath my chest and pried my body upwards, flipping me over on my back. That's a neat angle. The perspective in this is really good.
I can't let you make any moves like that, buddy.
His boot returned to my chest and pushed down. Oh! Is this the ending where I get squashed under his boot?
I know you're just trying to live. I get it.
His weight shifted, and the air was forced from my lungs.
And I admire it.
His foot lifted just enough for a bit of air to make it into my body. Ah! Then it slammed back down. I wheezed under his boot, weakly grasping at him.
But you belong to me now. You need to behave.
Ah! He stomped on my chest, much harder than before. Dude, you're gonna kill me. You keep doing that.
You understand, right?
I could only writhe under him, completely unable to breathe. His foot left my chest, but the wind was still knocked out of me. He looked down at me and seemed to hesitate.
I think you learned your lesson. Right?
No, I did not. I nodded with all the energy I had left. I got an achievement called Got Away With It. Attack Stray to be forgiven. Yay! Hot achievements. He walked behind me and grabbed me under my arms. Then he pulled me to my shaking feet. My aching lungs started to let air back inside in a frustrating trickle. As I started to breathe again, he started pushing me. He led me to what I thought was a table.
Oh my god, bro.
Until I saw from this angle, it was a table saw. So how am I feeling about this? Well, I said I'm scared, which is the absolute truth. I joked around and said, hey, be real neat if you didn't bash your mic, if you didn't turn that thing on, but what if I say, I don't know, I'm very confused about this situation. His palm caressed my head.
I guess it's not the best time to ask. Not very good, though, right? Even if I wasn't about to turn it on and push you into it.
He's such a butt. Like, I get why people like him, but man, he's a butt. Derek is just entitled, but Strayed is like, you didn't need to do that. You didn't need to do all that. You get an achievement for keeping that up for about a minute. Ow. So what just happened? Strayed was pushing my hand into the table saw. We were doing a little unwilling boomba-clot. So we were doing some things. Mostly Strayed was doing some things, and he was having a great time, and I was not. And I lost 2 little fingers because of it. And now he's I forgot how red his heart was. I couldn't breathe. Part of me wished he just sawed my head instead.
Oh no. Fascinating. Ah. He chewed his lip for a moment, as if he was wrestling with some concept in his head. Oh no. With all the tortures I've endured, somehow his hesitation struck me and twisted my insides. I just wanted him to move, for him to lay his hands on me again. I leaned towards him, caught in some magnetic pull. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, no, am I the Delulu one? Oh no. Wait, was I being flirty this playthrough, or was I being rebellious? I don't remember. I put this game down for like a day. I imagined him touching me. Oh. Holding me. Hey, listen, spawn the game. No, don't, no. Don't get lost in his warm, soft, firm embrace. Uh-oh. Screenshot. He reached out a hand to my face, and I immediately melted into it. Oh no! I have been seduced! Then he pulled it away. My breath seemed to follow, pulled out of my mouth in a way, leaving me empty. His teeth flashed. Another screenshot. I'm gonna fill up my photo gallery. He saw right through me. Oh no! Through my skin, blood, bones, to the desperation holding me together. You want more? Straights are like, Espoir, you know this is going to have to go on your adult Patreon. I trembled, not fully wanting to admit what I felt, but I couldn't lie. I nodded at him. Show me.
1 hour later.
The fire in my lungs seemed to spread through my limbs, to every stitched cut, bruise, and missing chunk of flesh. Oh yeah, I am missing chunks of flesh. It was ecstasy. Screenshot. Wait, his eyes are green now. Wait, his eyes are green now. Wait, his eyes are green now. That green means something. I think it means something, and I don't want to say what I think it means, but wait. Ah! The green! Wait. Once you stare into the sun long enough, you can't see anything else. I shared in his addiction now, his ravenous hunger for light and life. I opened my eyes and body. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait. Love him too much? I Uno reversed him? The green!
I'm not crazy!
The green!
Ah!
What does it mean? I think I know what it means. And if that's included, that's sick. And I let him inside. Yay? The green! I really like this shade of green, but the green! I don't want to say what I think it means, but the greens!
You sound insane.
You loved him too much. I don't even know if I was going for that ending. The green! I was trying to be mean, but I got the green! Alright. I think I'm gonna stop there for now. I think Editor Me has plenty of work to do. If you're watching this on my regular YouTube channel, I had to cut out a bit of that last part, but I loved Strayed too much, and Strayed loved me, and we were having a nice time on his cold concrete floor, and then he decided to start choking me. Because of course, but then his eyes started glowing green. The green! The green! Alright, I'll stop saying that. This video. But I surprisingly really like this game. It is really well made. Of course, if you want to play it yourself, heed the warnings, read the warnings. This is a dying for fun, try to survive type game. This is not for the faint of heart. This is definitely not for anyone below the age of 18. Might not even be for anyone below the age of 30. But this is super well made.
But I will definitely continue this, well, maybe seeing if any walkthroughs have emerged, because I've seen that there's a lot that can happen in this game. But until the next video comes out, if you would like to see any other Dirty Murder games, feel free to peruse my channel. And don't forget to like, subscribe, or interact in any way that's comfortable for you, as that really does help my channel out, like, a lot. And it also brings us closer to 100,000 subscribers. So until next time, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope. Even getting away from this dude. And a special thank you to our Parterre membership members, Violava, Adam's wife,